Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. Darius. This is a legendary shooting game. I just can't even imagine how this game became so popular. I just really don't get it, at the time that this game came out, and this is the original, this is actually a three-screen setup, because that's what they had in the arcades. They had a dual screen and a three-screen. And I actually had Darius on my Genesis. I also had it on my Sega Saturn, and I had it on my Dreamcast as well, because they had many different versions of Darius. And this one is the original, 1986. And so at this time, if I remember correctly, Gradius by Konami had already been released, and it was fairly popular. And so Taito came out with this right here, which is Darius. And, shooters, like starting with the 80s all the way up to, I would say, like the late 90s, that was, to me, the golden age of shooters. And then by the time it got to the 90s, they were just amazing, amazing graphics, awesome gameplay, But during the mid 80s, like around here, this is where companies were really starting to push these shooters out, and they were experimenting with different things. And what immediately got me with Darius was the fact that as you're playing it, you realize that it has a different theme from other shooters, meaning it has a very fish theme, and it's kind of hard to explain that until you actually play it, where a lot of your bosses and a lot of your interactions are in a very, I would say, Aquarius-based theme, you're like basically in the ocean in space, which was different. And then there was another thing that was different too about the Darius series is they gave you branching paths, so it wasn't just like get to the end of the level and then you fight the boss and, you go to the very next level. In this case, whenever you would pass a level, you'd beat the boss, you would get options on which way you can go. If you see up there, there's a zone thing right there, and that determines which zone you chose. And that gave a lot in terms of replayability. So, you might want to replay the game because there's a zone that you didn't see. And so you see a stage that you've never seen before. And if I remember correctly, some of the Darius games, they actually had different endings depending on which zone that you went in. And as you can see here, this game isn't like too super difficult, but considering this is the first stage. However, as you go further and further, it does get very difficult. And the graphics here were awesome to me. You got to think this is 1986, so Taito did an amazing job in this. And Darius was very successful. So like I said, there have been so many different versions of Darius on consoles, on mobile. This is actually a really fun series. I love the music in this. And where is the boss? Check that out. See, as I was saying, fish. Fish. Robotic or, robotic fish in space. It's really cool. I don't even know, I can't remember, I think in this other versions of Darius, they kind of gave you like a backstory of why they were like fish. I can't remember exactly. And in terms of my favorite version, oh man, that's really difficult because I played so many. Darius 2 was good, but I think the one that I enjoyed was Darius Gaiden, and there was also Darius Gaiden X, and then later on, I don't remember if it's the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1, there were way more advanced versions, but I do remember Darius Gaiden in the arcade, and yeah, I think I played that at a Sega GameWorks, if I'm not mistaken. And so because most of these Darius games, they really weren't for the US market, and so a lot of them, they never really came out to the US in terms of the arcade version, okay? But the home versions, there was definitely many home versions. And I do remember Darius was on the Sega Genesis. I had that, actually. It was really fun. Man, I got killed here pretty quick. The only thing that sucks is when you die, just as I showed you right there, that I couldn't continue right where I left off. And so basically I can't die. I just cannot die. I gotta like kill this guy. And the weapons, they're not that great, at least here. As you power them up and stuff, they do get better. Oh wow, I just destroyed them. Awesome. But right now this weapon sucks. It's just one bullet and one missile. So you really have to like memorize the levels and play this many times through. And then when you play this on a multi-screen setup, it is pretty awesome. That's why this thing has these 2 lines right here, because this is actually made to go on a 3-screen setup. So that's pretty wild. You can see here. Oh man, sweet. Oh man, I just died. Crap. Oh man, did I just die right after I killed the boss? Okay, good. I didn't have to kill the boss again. So let's see what we have. It's been such a long time since I played this. It really has. So a lot of these stages I don't remember. Okay, so this is what's cool. Now you're able to choose a different level. Oh no, I wasn't. Okay, maybe it's in the later Darius that you get to choose the zones. Okay, so in the original there is a branching path. And so if you were to go up, you would have went to a different zone versus you going down. You probably would have went to zone B if I would have stayed up. And then I went down on this one and went to zone C. But in future versions of Darius, they actually give you a map, and they have all these different branching paths. It kind of looks like a graph or something, you know, a chart. I'm sorry, it looks like a flow chart. So okay, let's play a little bit. Oh, now I gotta start over. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I was hoping I could start over in stage zone C, but guess not. But yeah, that is Darius by Taito. Definitely a wonderful shooter series. It was just fun. It was different, and really fishy at the same time. So if you had any thoughts on Darius, you know, be sure to leave it in the comments area below. And any of your favorite shooters that you remember, leave that in the comments area below as well. And as always, if you did get a lot of value out of these videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/Geek Outdoors. All that information is in the description area below as well. Thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com. And I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.